Motorcycles are, as the statistics show, quite dangerous. So I came up with an idea a few weeks ago, and I thought I'd share it with the broader audience. Well, it's probably not going to get any views. So, my idea is that we break down riding in a reductive manner, just to help us be safer riders, as it were. So I looked at aviation and how pilots operate in order to mitigate the risks of an accident. Now that's done via the use of physical redundancies built into systems like, or systems that you find on aircraft, but also they use human factors. They mitigate human error, and I believe human error is a significant contributing factor to our safety. So it's something called crew resource management, which is CRM, which is basically a broad term for all of the stuff that pilots do to get rid of human risks. The fine details of it are that you know your shit, you know the procedures, and you do it. But I just took two factors from it, which I thought was essential to biking, and that is motor skills and procedural skills. So motor skills is the operation of the machine, the system controls, the interpretation of hazards, and visual representations. So this could be broken down into the representation of moving traffic, how you look at that, how you look at the positioning and speed and indication of cars. Procedural skills are used procedural skills are used all the time, really, when you're using the road. When you look at things like bend assessment, road positioning, stuff like that. So procedural skills covered emergency manoeuvres and abnormal occurrences. So that could be when you need to do an emergency stop or swerve out of the way of objects or traffic. A few other things that pilots incorporate in their methods of getting rid of risks is they use checklists and scan flows in the cockpit to control a vast number of different controls. We do this all the time. We do scan flows when leaving a road, when exiting a turn. We check the mirrors, we indicate and do stuff like that. There are three main priorities for flying an aircraft and motorcycle, and that is to aviate, navigate, then communicate. And I believe that feeds in directly to how we ride. So we focus on controlling and actually controlling the motion and the speed and positioning of the motorcycle, followed by where you're going, and then, if needs be, communicating with others, be that road users or whoever you're talking to. Another thing that pilots learn to deal with is the perceived time pressure. It's that feeling where you've got to get somewhere, you've got an interview or a commitment which is important, and you've got to get there, so you take risks, and that's a big no-no. And police riders are trained to avoid these kinds of situations. You have to look at it objectively. Life is more important. Don't rush if you need to get somewhere. Safety is number one. The last thing is maintenance. Now, pilots have to, before every flight, carry out a pre-flight check, which means they walk around the aircraft and inspect a checklist of different things to make sure they're in good keeping. And we do the same. Not every ride, but we check what's in good condition and what's not. Most frequent stuff we check is the chain, brakes, and there you have your MOT. I'm still a learner, but I believe that training can only take you so far. It's the mindset that you're in at that moment on that particular ride that matters. Massive arse. Thanks for watching.